Like our president, threading the needle's kind of like the job he's got. It's a mighty little hole for one little piece of thread to go through. That's a good thought, isn't it? One half of the building is the voting precinct. This side is the quilting precinct. And we talk about everything. We gossip a little bit. And we talk about voting, we talk about the presidents, we talk about Congress, we talk about...
You name it, we've talked about it.
I think Congress stinks. They do not help our president. They need to. They need to be doing something for the United States. And all they can do is argue about who's a Republican and who's a Democrat. That needs to stop. We need to go back to the basics. You know, America is a good country. We've got a beautiful country. And there's a lot of good people here. We got a lot of good people moving in. We got a few bad ones, but they need to worry about eradicating those. Don't fuss, don't fight. You know, you catch a lot more bees with sugar than you do with vinegar.
What do you think would solve that problem we have in Congress?
Well, they need to simplify things, for one thing, instead of making a bill that comes in and they've got to add every little Tom, Dick, and Harry that comes along to it. Look, white is white and black is black. But when you've got a subject like immigration, stick to immigration. What other things, leave them out. Work on that problem. It's not necessary for them to get up there and fight over it. We're people, they're people. So, you know, they make things difficult so they can have a job. And the American people are suffering for it. We've got people that are starving in the United States. We'll take care of our people. Our government needs to start doing that instead of sitting up there fighting, arguing.
You mentioned a minute ago how the congressmen and senators are up there to keep their job. Do you think there should be term limits?
Yes. Yes, I do. Because they get up there and they think they've become God. Because and they do, when they've been in there so long, they rule it. Look, they don't want a president for 60 years. Why should they have a congressman for 60 years? Our country is a good country. Let's keep it that way. We've got so much in this country over and above the rest of the world, but we can't keep supporting the rest of the world. We've got people with need here in the United States. When they send tons of food to Africa, but you know, those people can work just like people in the United States do. Give them the means to work. Give them the means to raise their own crops, to raise their own food. Don't keep providing the food. There's so much you can do for them, and they don't appreciate it. They just want more. When is our government going to realize that? I'm a country girl. I've got a 10th grade education. But goodness gracious, you know, I've worked all my life. I'm not afraid to work. I'm 81 years old, but I still work. And I don't mind it. I try to help other people. And I've seen a lot of that here lately, where it's people helping people, not our government stepping in and helping people. And I don't just blame the president. It is Congress has a lot to do with that.
What do you think about this year's presidential election?
We'll be glad when it's over with.
Yes.
We don't know who's going to be the best man. I think Obama has really tried, but you know, his hands are tied to a certain extent. Any president's hands are tied to a certain extent. And he can't help it. I don't care who gets in. If Congress won't back them up and Congress won't help them, they can only do so much. Yeah, we do a lot of these quilts. Enjoy it. And we may be decrepit. I have glaucoma. Put me down. Norman.
How about some thread?
You need some thread? Okay, you want me to thread your needle for you?
Oh, you betcha. I'll take any
Yeah,
help
if
I
I
can get.
can.
Now, when I got this, I thought this would be easy to be quilted.
Huh?
When I first got this, I thought this was easy to be quilted.
It
Oh
is.
boy, was I mistaken.
It is easy to be quilted. I gave this top to her.
Yes.
Where's your needle?
Maybe I don't know. Is that it right there?
Yep. You know I can't see very.
Well, why didn't you? It'd be better.
Now I gotta find out where I was. No, there's 4 or 5 of us that are pretty consistent quilters, and the rest of them kind of float in and out. But we're here just about, and we have fun. Don't we, Mary?
Yes, we do.
Especially at the dinner table.
It's getting a lot of close-ups of what you're doing with your hands.
You know, what we're doing right now is quilting in the ditch.
That's what we're trying to do. Not me. I am no ditcher quilter.
Funny way of stating it. Governor